Hello guys, back with another video. I want to talk about why is it um preferred for women to get pregnant than it is for a woman to get pregnant at her later year in life, right? One thing, obviously, when you're younger, you're more fertile, right? What I mean by that, when you're younger, I'm going to use it in this analogy, right? Say like when you're making try when you're cooking, right, to get the most optimal nutrition, the most optimal deliciousness out of a food. What do you want? You want fresh ingredients, right? In order to make the best food, you have to have a fresh ingredient, right? When you have older ingredient, yeah, you can make the same thing, but it wouldn't be as good as it is when it is fresh. Fresh cabbage, fresh lettuce, fresh broccoli, fresh meat, right? Fresh eggs and all that stuff compared to rotten cabbage, rotten broccoli, rotten lettuce, and all that stuff, rotten tomatoes, all that stuff, right? Same goes with a woman when they're making a child, right? When a younger woman having a kid at her younger age, the kids grow up to be healthier, stronger, right? Stronger and healthier, right? Compared to a kid who have a kid, no, compared to a woman who have a kid at an older age, right? And I'm not saying that the kids won't come out as strong, but it's not comparable to a woman when she was younger, right? A woman, her nutrients is based on her youth, right? When she's younger, she's able to produce more milk, more DHA, more fat, right? To provide for her kid. When she's older, she's less likely to produce more milk. She's more likely to produce less milk, right? Less likely to have more nutrients for the kid to grow up, right? This is why when you see a family, right? I'm speaking in general terms. When you see a family, right? A family, when a guy marry a young girl, right? And she have like a kid, 5 kids, right? Usually the older kid, right? The older kid are usually bigger, stronger, compared to the youngest child, right? I'm speaking in general terms. Usually this happen. The bigger kid, the older kid, the firstborn kid is usually the biggest, the strongest. Because when he was born, when they were born, when they were born, when your kid was born, because the first one, the mom have more nutrients to provide for the first kid. Then she does have nutrients to provide for her last kids. Let's say the 5th kid's in line, right? This is why the 5th kids is usually smaller. I don't want to say frail, but inferior to the firstborn. Let's say that inferior to the firstborn. Don't get me wrong, right? There are cases when the woman can provide all her kids the same nutrients, and the kid come out all healthy and strong, right? But I'm speaking in general terms. This is what it is. When a woman ages, right, her nutrients depreciate, her nutrients decreases to provide for her other kid, right? Now imagine if you have an older woman having her first child. She wouldn't be able to optimize her genes, her genetics, her nutrients to her first child as she was if she were a younger woman. This is why in a lot of culture, they often suggest that for a woman to get babies married young and have baby young, because at that is the peak prime of her age to provide the most nutrients to her kid, right? Her most fertile stages in life. When she get older, she's not as fertile as she was when she was younger, right? This is why people are suggesting when a woman get kids in her older age is not healthy, because the kids will most likely come out deficient in certain areas, right? They're either deficient physically or deficient mentally, right? Because there is a correlation between when you have your kid in your old age than you do have your kids in your young age, right? That a kid will be mentally deficient compared to you having your kid at a younger age. At a young age, right? So this is what I think. I'm talking about in my perspective. Is why I think that women them is more beneficial for them to have kids at a younger age than it is for them to have kids at their older age, right? Kids are less likely to form less likely to form psychological problem when they if you were to have a kid at an older age, right? When the kids were born from a woman at her younger age, they at least like to have all these other psychological problems, psychological issues, right? Because there is something that a younger woman passed that the baby needs that she have that's very vital compared to an older woman, right? Like DHA, omega-3, right? All that nutrients in her breast milk. This is why you should always breastfeed your kid, right? I'm pro breastfeed, right? I'm not for formulas. If you could do it, if you could do without formulas, that's great. But but if you can't do it but you can't breastfeed and you have to use formula, that's okay as well. But make sure you have good nutrients, right? But anyway, when you're younger, she's more optimal to produce breast milk for the kid than it is for an older woman to produce breast milk. Right? This is the stuff I'm talking about. All these variables, right? That younger kids, that advantage of a younger woman, right? I keep saying younger kids. The advantage of a younger woman have over an older woman. A younger woman, the advantage she have is her fertility. She's more fertile. She's more or less likely to get pregnant. For an older woman, because her old age, she's less likely to get pregnant. This coming from this is why I want to bring up the reason of eggs, right? When a woman is born, right, her ovaries have a set amount of eggs. It's not infinite. It's finite, right? As you get older, your egg depreciate. Your egg diminish. All right, it degraded, and not only that, you reduce your egg counts. Right, for younger women to have more eggs, for older women to have less eggs. This is why it's harder for older women to get pregnant because she has fewer eggs in her ovaries compared to a younger woman. Right, this is why you should always try to start a family young than it is for you to start a family older. Right? Because to a woman, I'm sorry, time is not on your side. So you have to be strategic. You have to find the right man. And no, there's no such thing as Mr. Right. All right? You have to work with that person. There's no such thing of a perfect person out there, ladies. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, there's no such thing of a perfect person, a perfect mate. You got to work what you get. You got to deal with what you get, all right? And you got to make better choices in life. Right? Make the best choices in life and get the person that you deemed it the best partner and stick with it. But on that note, let me know what you think. Like, share, and subscribe.